For some reason, that's Tuesdays. Oh, that's Jamin. Yeah. He doesn't understand, but that's okay because the king's affirmation is seahorses. This is mer people. Here are our whatever. And what they are is the guys who built the internet. Anybody who has architected the planet. So probably, um, I would say the origin of all the things, of all the species. Anyway, seahorse, Darwin. I don't remember when. So that would also be Galapagos. Glossopharyngeal. Galapagos. That's a Jesse. Galapagos, which makes that turtle the big one. What is the big turtle of the Galapagos? Galapagos. I don't know. But Galapagos is now the turtle of the hippo of the head. So the Galapagos is the turtle of that's right. Hippocrates, which is a hippopotamus. Okay. The turtle, a hip. It's a hip turtle, man. There we have now the balls and sockets of our hips. So I understood this. This is the Ida Rolf factor. So here we have Ida Rolf because Ida Rolf is, that's why I can't remember the name that goes here. Because I don't have anything to do with her directly. This is the Fascia Research Congress. This is all the medical doctors I've studied with. So, my God, oh my God. Hold on. Has to go this way because this is the butt of the I Ching too. This is the flower of the universe, the flower of whatever, the original noodly appendage. And this is where Friedhof Capra goes. So here's Capricorn, Friedhof Capra. Okay. Conveniently, Capricorn, corns, horns. Capra, there's a goat or something in the Chinese. I don't know. I don't do their math. Do you know how much math there is in the Chinese zodiac? It's very amazing. But it's actually not because it's based on, it's an 8-word language, also known as an octave, also known as plasma. Oh my God, plasma is the cross. That's the black hole. It's figuring 1, 2, seal of the unity of 3, 4. Look at that. What is that gesture? That's the gesture 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't remember the rest of it, but that's the original. Okay, seal of the unity of 3 is the heffalump. Excuse me. So physics is Oppenheimer. This is the fascia research. I'm just putting the books together so y'all can see that even though I thought it was very intuitive, fascia research. Okay. The first time I read Capra was The Turning Point. And this is also Turing, right? Turing. All of this is balancing the false brain. Now we have a good place for propaganda. So we have real brain, Brane, Brane, and false, Brane, which is the easiest way to do a identical twin if you want them to have a life of their own. I just made that up, but this is right. And this is R and F. So it's first of all, this is RNA, because that's a DNA that exists. If you just like spend a little time thinking about all the nice acronyms that people gave us. So, and this R takes us directly to Lo Shu, because this reading list has nothing to do with anything I'm speaking to at all. It has to do with Fabrizio and Practical Guide to Taoist Living and Lao Tzu and the Fascia Research Congress. But so this noodly appendage here, this correspondence here is Gumbertu, though. And this accounts this. So I have, this is the synesthesia. I'm just drawing you my divergencies. So because people, the books make you help clearly understand. So I put Capra here. This is this kind of spin. I put Einstein here. This is the this kind of spin. That looks like going from west to east to me. I don't know. So that is not the way it usually goes. The ones that go up and down the thing, that is when I made the weird, scary. Oh, that's why the pilot whales. I had to make a pilot. So the way that you solve trauma for somebody else is you never solve trauma for somebody else. You cannot do it. Impossible. You can offer medicine, you can give them a place to stay, you can do it. You cannot say, oh, you must now be safe and secure. You must now be regulated. You must now be all this shit. Those guys are assholes. They forgot that they have one. And look at that. That's Katie's version of the thing. There's my mother. Okay, my stroke happened here at Thoth, and I did not know why I did that earlier today. But does that not look like music from a distance? And this one is clearly also a 3. Because I don't know how to, I have dysgraphia. It's interesting. I should be looking at my writing in mirrors. Anyway, I never work this way because I just talk to myself. But now I have to show my work because the world thinks I'm weird. So I had been so this noodly appendage here is what Lo Shu calls a life path. Okay. And the life path number, now, Katie changed it a little bit. Okay. I changed it. I'm going to tell you what it is. The life path number, I just changed the logic, but it's culturally sound. The life path Lo Shu is your you take your date, your B day, the day and the month, DM. Oh my goodness, here's my default map network. Okay, you take the day and the month and you get a life path. You also get your belly button. This is the unfurling of my friend's belly button. It's hilarious. But you get your life path number and you get your stem, which I have been saying is a like your sundial, right? Because there has to be all kinds of ways to be one thing. This, which you're just going to see. Now you have to see it my way. This corresponds to Lao Tzu here, which is the Lo Shu 9. Okay, how do I do a 9? Oh, I don't know because I'm upside down. Okay, this 9 here. Did I do it right? Yeah, that's treble clef, but also it is now backwards treble clef and Wu Wei. This is where Wu Wei is. Lao Tzu. So here we have Wu Wei. This is Shantagrity. Okay, just finished it. But I'm not an asshole, so I'm going to just put in a little egg, just give a little, just like they did in Arrival. And Shantagrity. Thank you, Mr. Edward Tufte, who is now to me. So I just made Shantagrity here, but Edward Tufte is now up here. And this hello is at Einstein, or as I like to call it, practical actical, which shockingly, the first way to read Loshu is practical. It's what do they call it? Lateral journal, but it's also Linnaean blah, 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 from the not Darwin. Yeah. There were already other people. Oh, there was also an Alfred Adler that there was a whole campaign to get rid of him. And he wrote a book about the health of tailors at the beginning of the okay. Thank you. That's the health of tailors. So he is the weaver. So he becomes Douglas Hofstadter. And now we have Adler. And that is going to balance Mr. All of them. Because Gestalt apparently didn't exist. He didn't publish in the same big way as the other guy. At least that's what Chad told me. You know who Chad is. So Adler is also, Alfred Adler is also AA. So good. We'll just make him the A. Alfred. But he is, Freud goes against him. And this is where that publishing of propaganda goes. So propaganda props up Hofstadter. But propaganda props up Hofstadter is an issue. Prop up Hoff. Prop Hoff. So this is my sevens. So Alfred Adler, I don't remember what that is. This is Gestalt. This is the whole way Gestalt happens. Again, we don't know if Gestalt was real right now. Do you see what happens as soon as I have to write names? But it also is recursion, and it takes longer. This is whatever Vika's part of the tower was. So it still exists. We just don't know. Okay, because I don't understand math. It's a very useful thing. I'm back to an obtuse angle, which means I'm back on the ground, which is the easiest way to never get in the way. Because on your side, that is the golden triangle. So on your side, this becomes a cone this way. But I'm so sorry to tell you that you also sometimes perceive this as a square. I don't know how that works. It has to do with the roly-polies. Oh, look, I just made a cyclone. So Alfred Adler was erased by Freud. Erasure. This is erasing. Alfred Adler was by Freud is a recursion Douglas Hofstadter, and we are relying on the guy who wrote propaganda. Prague. However, I'm going to use a specific kind of propaganda, and that's the literal creator of propaganda. Hanging out with Freud, Edward Bernays. So that's the culture. So to balance, oh, that's so nice, because then that's going to make up for Einstein. So Edward Bernays, and then it clears the way to Le Chiffre, the part where you were alive in the first place. Perfect. Wow. And that's also then on the other side. So Douglas Hofstadter, that's the book. So that's how we read it. And then this is what it is. Okay, this is the name. I don't want to put your name there. Edward. This is the living link. This is dominant recessive. Still good. But I also have to put your name there. Edward. These are the villains. I already have this dimensionally plotted another way that'll make it real fun. Edward Bernays. I think his timeline is wrong, but that's okay, because so was what he did. Burr. I had to change history, but that's okay because what I did was all of this is based on how he did Yahoo, which I learned is based on like a real kind of classification system. So, okay, we have to go back to the picture. That just got us to Sky Daddy. And that got us to dominant boy genes. Or just like, whatever, maybe this is your third eye in the sky. This is the anglerfish. We have strange features that make go light in the dark. Angler fish. Hi. I had an anglerfish hat when I did my okay. I had an anglerfish hat when I did my I just got a cramp when I did psoas muscle. That was my hip flexor. So our hips are balls and sockets, but that flexor makes them into a hinge, and the shoulders are balls and sockets, and the AC joint makes it into a hinge because the AC joint, if you did not know, is very easy to pull. We're only connected. Thank you. Parasternum, pericardium, parasternum. Not superior before, because it depends on, okay, so parasternum, you were bitch. Okay. Ooh, becoming a cardiologist. I love you so much. All right, we'll stop lecturing about the heart because I don't know anything about it. So we'll just go back to this and finish this. Can you imagine how this was for me before I understood what I was aware of? Most important is this all. This is Katie suddenly knowing how to do the bagua. So this is probably iridology. This is definitely like turbines and stuff. This is chi. And then 2 ways, WAYS, as 2 triangles. Interlocking is the David's 6. David's sick. This is all of David's trauma when we were a kid. And that is what I did as some sort of weird squirrel. So squirrels go up and down, and rats, and they're low to the ground. So squirrels and rats can go up and down because they're low to the ground. This is also geckos. This is anything sticky. So this is squirrels. Also, attention. And like good media and stuff. What's this? Snot. Okay, girls and squirrels. So this is 6. Also, star 6 plus 5. What is 6 plus 5? Pretty sure 6 plus 5 is a number, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't understand any of this. So, okay. So the outer is this. The 6, this is contrary and parallel scales. This is parallel processing. This is traveling on top of the vines. This is walking. This is being a snake. This is all the things. Okay. It always is all the things. There's also an intersection here. That is probably more of the leaning of the tower than it is the tower. Do you see? That's probably where my stroke was. Or this is probably where the blowout. But what you don't see here is I know how to be all uh, in a very particular way because of my friend W. And the last time I took LSD, actually. Okay. I've been living off of interest for a while. It's one of the pieces that came out of it. To entertain my cat while you were looking at horrendous, but this is all earth. Oh, this is your root chakra. Okay. Mhm. As I mentioned, they added the colors. Okay. So we are back here. We are finishing the house. This is my freshman year at Carnegie Mellon. I have the big squiggly wiggy here. It's like that. I have this as a thing. This is Sigma Nu. This is me not remembering Sigma Nu. This is the Z. This is the Z. So this is probably these are deltas and the part that adds. I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do math. Then this goes back to C's middle C and strange brains, but also strange loops. Here is Magdalene, which you can't see because she's very cleverly hidden. Magdalene, I wonder why she gets hidden. She's like behind all the noodly appendages. This is some sort of lightning. And I did, oh, this is where I ended up hanging out. This is your dorsal. This is the bump on the Nejing too. It is shown actually as, I guess, what you would need in order to sustain the pressure, since we are geometry. But we show so like isn't there a thing where you can't make a perfect circle because it all has to be things except for the part where the plasma is? Y'all didn't tell me that part. Okay. So low shoe 9 equals low shoe 10. I have my flying spaghetti monster over here. Flying spaghetti monster. This is Cancer. This is another zodiac. I also had Sagittarius over here. Sagittal. So we'll make you that. So I'm now making squishy things for the different zodiacs so I can recognize them later. So I have my Cancer. Clearly I have my twins because I am one, but that means I don't need it. And then I have my Mary Magdalene is the Tower. She's the Cross. That's not okay. I have my place at Peppermint Patty. I have, oh, this is froglet, but no, it has to be zodiac. So I don't know what that is. Okay. I bet there's a frog or something. There's one zodiac thing in China that is not a zodiac. This must be it. I had this line here that I was hashtagging. This is the Earth of the Central Palace. This is where I separated my double non-dual death process and was completely fully unaware. That is Cancer there. This is my stroke down here because my stroke happened up here. So I must address it at the source. And this is a bang. This is the constructive rest position. So here we have, that's interesting, honor system. This is do no harm. Honor system. Okay, I have to write it messy. This is Lucky 13, also some more golden arches. This is my stroke. That's why I can't write it there. Okay, I can't write it there. And then this is what I thought was COVID, but is actually menopause and seahorses. So this is COVID on one side and menopause on the other. Here's another. This has to be the fieriest of fiery signs. This is Virgo. I don't know if Virgo is fiery, but this is definitely Virgo. So we're going to call her Margot because I know somebody named Margot Virgo. And that would make this perfectionism. This is what people think is neuroticism. Here's the DSM. But also I have to name her Margot and Virgo. This is the Mary Virgin. This is Magdalene. This is the Virgin. So the Virgin must have her own little zone. She appears big, but is not. And VBHY. Oh, it's quote Virgin. Bloody Mary. This is a Bloody Mary. This is a drink. So what this would be is, I'll show you. These are all triangles, but this is sigma nu, and it is breaking a dotted line that is in front of something I said was important that has now one of the witch hat thingies that is the one I didn't know what and or is. Now we have is not virgin. So this is olive oil. Oh my goodness, I just made it into 2 dots. Let me show you. So it has to be tricky. So here are our orcas as olive oil, and they are extra virgin olive oil. Can I tell you they've been attacking us since the COVID pandemic started in 2020? They are also one of the 3 mammals on the planet that experiences menopause, with the other one being pilot whales, which clearly have an immunity to something having to do with turtles. That is the sexagenary cycle of Chinese medicine. Today, I dated the Loshu turtle at 200 million years old, which would make 200 sexagenary cycles or 2000 sexagenary cycles or whatever, but all that happened. And I was informed I was being initiated into a wisdom stream. Oh, and remember how the whole part of how Chinese medicine Loshi started was because somebody found a turtle after a stream. Yeah. Well, I just like, that's nice. Cool. Turtles are everywhere. I don't need to know anything about a turtle. I'll just make it the Loshi turtle. But as soon as I have to like place a biological organism into a concept, I must know what organism I'm placing. So then I had to become a turtle expert. But the easiest way to become a turtle expert is to learn one and then place all the others around it. That is what they do with Feng Shui. That's why it's so hard. So I said, hello, chat. What is the turtle of the Loshu? What is that turtle? Because I'm not taking a North American turtle. I live on Turtle Island. I am not from the turtle of this island. And it says, oh, the soft shell turtle of China is 200 million years old. And I was like, hello, Loshu. And I said, well, what did Mongolia have? And then also there's one in Vietnam. So we have Vietnam, China, and Mongolia to account for some very particular issues that are messing with data. Okay, that all maps to a cell. These are all organelles. But if I'm China, I turn it into the sexagenary cycle, which is so challenging. So Katie turned the sexagenary cycle into the circle of fifths. Because if I can make a cone into a whatever by not knowing your math. And then obviously I was doing it with my body. So what we have are circles of fifths and parallel and contrary scales, if you're wondering. So on the piano, this is where you're crossing your hands. And on the piano, this is where you are not. Okay, this is more challenging on the piano. This is fingering. This is just going up and down. This is glissandos. Oh, yes, thank you. Glide. Glissando. Linda. Oh my goodness me. This is like Linda the good witch. It's Linda, the good witch is a glissado. She probably swallows instead of spits. But we're just gonna leave that out. No, we're not. We're gonna glissando. This is the bleh. I don't remember. Sliding. This is slide. This is blue slide. This is the blue slide park that I grew up with. Blue slide playground. Oh, by the way, there is a blue starfish right here at the glissando. So this is the blue starfish playground. Thank you. So this is the blue fish. Were there blue fish or were they blue? What were the ones that didn't like each other of the Dr. Seuss? They weren't things. These are things. These are fish. One fish, two fish, blue fish, new fish. Okay. Blue starfish. So the star on the left, the starfish, starman synonym. Mine is blue. Yours doesn't have to be. But the master one absolutely is because it has to become water. So I'm now going to put at glissando, I'm just going to put a little, I don't know, we'll call them a crown, little designs on the face of my house so people think it's fancy. I'm going to make it a star. And at the glissando, I'm going to make it a bee. I bet this is going to become an apiary. So this is the bee. This is also then, which in the this is the G, but we don't say G. But it's it's like all of that stuff. It's the, I don't remember any of the words. I just took the school. Okay. And I was only there for a year too, so I didn't have a lot of time to retain. But here I just finished the glissando. Whatever my verification for now, that is a tent. Do you see that? That's why I thought it was a teepee. It started as a 5-point star, but perspective and all, you know. Okay. That means that this is correct. My weirdness of the star. This is how it is. And that's the Sphinx. Hold on. I just have to do this way, just so we have it. But here's the Sphinx. So the Sphinx is the Earth star. And honestly, that is very good because that is the correct first placement of Earth. Is this one. Now, there's the whole thing like the north face. This is south side. But this is where your little CMY experience gives you the experience of clear or whatever. So if you do a CMY on a 4-side on a diamond and you do it authentically and for real, one of the sides is going to be clear. But if you do it for real, you make it black, but everything else reflective. This is black light. Okay. Ooh, I like how that turned out. We're just going to keep it. This is just lines. This is the house I just made. So this is whatever the house of a human is. Oh, I love how it went right there. This is the main circle. This is what is in the middle of Baphomet's head that I made her. Because again, we have to make it galactic. And then it says, I had my talking to you about taxonomies and not hierarchies. And here, okay, and something was inherently one way, but it's another way. This is the generation and restriction cycle of Chinese medicine. Again, like it's not just a straight what it is, because it can't be, because it's all the things. They're so what they do perfect. I think I have the first okay, so then I have sex. Dong. Okay. Sex plus dong. This is a formula now. I don't know. This is a formula that says yes. This is the way that I did it, which is not the way that it is, but we're going to make sure that we pay attention to that, because the way these are probably matters. And we also wanted to have this here. And there's another little here. Oh, sexagenary. Okay, there's that. So this is how we get the negentropy, is from the spin. Okay. So we get the negentropy because of the spin under here from the water. Okay, but everything is being held up by the buried rapid transit, who does the thing where supposedly I stay alive if there's an earthquake. I don't believe them. Also, in Boston, we had the big dig, which did not work. I dated somebody that had, he would go out at night and patch the walls. That was his job. He had a whole company. That's all he did. So that's Kim. That's Huga. This is the Danish factor, the Great Dane. The Great Dane. Kim. I'm making it kind of looks like a turtle, by the way. Kim White. This is more masters and slaves together down here, but this is him and me in relationship. So that receives. Kim White, he was the Huga. But he was also huge. Okay, so Huga, whatever that is, consent. Because Percy, I did not know Percy in the same way when I started Mass. Kim got all the credit. I don't care. I was on the paperwork. People can think whatever they want. I signed the thing. Okay. There's a reason John wanted to be first. It's a really big deal to put your name on a document that is attached to like money in other people's lives. Very big deal. Best way to do activism. Anyway, back to the DSM. Okay. So, but I'm still finishing the house. Da Vinci dude. Okay. So I have the Da Vinci. So I have starfish, swordfish, Da Vinci. Starfish. I know why. Hold on. Starfish, swordfish, Da Vinci. The swordfish is because of the narwhal, specifically. This aligns with the magic 8-ball down here that you don't know exists. Narwhal. So this is going to be things that fly that don't seem that they should, but also have a long thing. So for mammals, it's a narwhal. But now I have my bees. And conveniently, they go into the Tower of Amazing. or Babylon or Babel or however the world needs it to be. That is just the Library of Congress, the Library of Alexandria, the seed bank. And if you do your taxonomy based on the world and not based on your structure of it, then it's just all very natural. This is truly inherent because all I did was conscious. Look at that. Now I have my shadow. Now I have my this is good. This is my corpus callosum, but this is also my inner gears. This is going through a turnstile. This is the Phantom Toll Booth. This is the Star Bridge, and I have been saying this Phantom Toll Booth. That makes this the carotid artery, not vagus nerve. This is the vagus nerve. Okay, this is vega. So this is virgin. Interesting. So let's make sure that Vika is clearly shown as her little inverted flower because she and I both like to hang upside down by our feet and do strange things with our bodies because gravity's fun. I believe she's also Aikido. Look at that. I just made a little torpedo pee-pee. But it's okay because it has a little hole on this side. Holes on the side, not on the top. The top is the part where the fun stuff comes out, but then they cut it off of the thing, okay? We have cut the tip of the peen out of the seam. Makes it very hard to navigate back to remembering that you are whole, which is the part where you were gestating. I don't remember why I made this what it is. I totally remember that this is like the copper pipes. I remember that this is the tilt of the earth specifically. And also what I'm doing now is Edward Tufte, not Katie Zitterbart. I have never done any kind of first drafts my whole life because everything just comes out done. Now I have to do this from the upside down. So this is something here. Oh, this was the notation system above the laundry. Uh-huh. So this is common. I bet there's like, ooh, wait, 1, 2. This one looks weird. 3, 4. These are remember the heavenly brand, the stems. 5. Oh no, they're not. It's Bagua. Sorry. 7, 8. Oh, but there's 10 servers. Oh, because we have a mommy and a daddy. Thank you. I don't know how that works, okay, because 8 has to become 10 because of the fascia, because of the plantar and the fascia. This is we're just going fast. This is the 10 regular vessels that people in, people in yin yoga aren't really doing yin yoga, but your normal vessels include the ones that your parents gave you so that you can exist independent of them. But the 2 that your parents gave you are also part of 8 extraordinary vessels that are the part where you get to be somebody else. Almost done, Becky. I know we're not going outside. We are not going to the outside. So I don't remember what that was. That was being able to take load. Being able to take load occurs before the laundry. Oh no, the laundry's here. I understood it is here. Rocks at the bottom. I don't know, but there's an S. So this is probably steam heat. Yes, steam and STEM. Oh my goodness, why would we do that? Why would we hire artists when we can just force machines to make it for us and pretend like we're connoisseurs of our own understanding? Okay, sir, we are almost done building the Tower of Ignorance. This is the Tower of Nothing. Okay, the last thing I need to do is write down my list. So it's 8 EVs. 7 swimmers. This is sine and cosine. All you have to do is move the post. 6 organs. Organisms. Organism. Notated. 5 elements. Yes, not 5 phases, 5 elements, because I'm going to make your ether be the E of elements. So you have to use something. And oh my goodness, that just became the black flag. Oh no, that's the Western alchemical symbol, whatever that is. It also is a black flag, but now I have a black flag like from like the punk, not like the bad one. And then that is this little, so this is the crisscross applesauce low shoe. And then I have 4 ways. I really have to think about how I want to notate that. It has to be fully confusing. It's going to have to be okay, I know it has to be. And then that had a plus 3 ways. So way here is like the way of milk, I guess, curds and whey. Curds and whey. The particles in the goopy juice of the thing that we consume of other animals. Cow milk. 3 ways. Whoa, sir, you are a fighter. That is true. You are an amazing thing. 3 ways. Okay, 2 ways becomes David's 6, and then 1 law. And that is the Tao that can be named is not the Tao. Which is why I can do all of this, because apparently it's a whole form of taxification. I don't know. I had nothing to do with it. I have my lateral here. I have my 27. I said 27 degrees. I know it's 27 grams. I'm showing, oh, okay, hold on. Low shoe. As I knew. So when I had the golden elixir, the first thing I felt was what I thought was my inner child sit down. That was the weaver. She was done. Okay. She'd been working. She'd been working on my brain. But also then I was feeling like it felt like bones were coming back into my body. It felt like all this stuff turning. I felt this big churning. Okay, it was the this coming back on. So primordial yin and yang are the wires that we do not cross. Okay, I am the mud. Yes, leeches. I am the mud. I just as a 1 equal, just like that. The mud is like I don't know, like a gross word, spugily googly, which is probably slime mold. And then, but I can't make slime mold be a brain. I know that, so I found a different one, leeches. And then my notes are also that the homunculus is a seahorse. Of course, I brought Gertrude up there because hippos can hold their breath under water for like 5 minutes. And then I have a starfish so that I can have rock stars and falling rocks and all kinds of things. And then here's my little, that has to stay here. It really should be a straight line, but hey, guess what? I'm doing this by hand. Okay. I am not an algorithm. The notations only started looking perfect when they started being able to print them. You should take a look at the calligraphy. It's impossible. My mother used to do calligraphy. Okay, I'm getting fine motor skills back. And now, sir, we can almost go. I know. I just have to show where we sneak in. Shh, I'm showing where we sneak in. Okay, it's the basement window that David and I used to climb in and out of to sneak out of the house. There's gotta be, right? You have little sneaks. What do you want, baby? Come here. I have to confess to the world all the things I did as a child, or like, won't forgive me. E.T. is Edward Tufte. Edward Tufte, phone home. Okay, but that was C4 that I did as the middle C at the corona. That's my false brane. This is 1 that I have as an actual Roman numeral 1. And then I have 1O equals U H S O L equals 9 equals U H O L. I can't tell, doesn't matter. That's my microcosmic orbit. This house is done. Good night.